Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial with you guys, and I'm going to be playing with the new Too Faced Cosmetics Pretty Rich collection. I've been wanting to play with this collection for a while now, and I really want to do a rose gold look. These colors in the palette are just so pretty, and I do have the full collection, so I'm going to be sharing all of the products. There are many pieces to the Pretty Rich collection, so there is not just an eyeshadow palette, although I am most excited about this. There's also a face mask, there are highlighters, and there are lip glosses. And in this collection, there's actually a collab within it with Jordan Woods, Kylie Jenner's best friend. I feel like the vibe of this collection is diamonds. Everything is kind of centered around jewelry and diamonds. There's like a mascara as well in this collection that is bedazzled with stones. It is so pretty. I mean, this highlighter literally looks like it is in a diamond case. That is so cute. And today's video is sponsored by eShow, and they've provided me with this beautiful brush set that I'm going to be using to create this rose gold look. I love the case they came in. They're very beautifully wrapped, and you can keep all the brushes together in this case. And just so you guys can see what they look like inside the case, they are all wrapped individually, so that is really nice. Presentation is everything, and I really like how these arrived, and they were so nicely placed in here. The eShow brushes are manufactured in the US and worldwide, and what I really love about them is that they are actually designed by makeup artists. So here's a close-up of the large powder brush. You can see the workmanship of these brushes, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on the others as well so you can really see how gorgeous their handles are. They're very beautiful and they feel really high quality. When it comes to a full face look, there are just certain brushes that are like staples that I really need. So I would definitely say I need a foundation brush. I love using brushes for my foundation because I feel like they give more of a full coverage look. So we do have one of those in the kit I'm going to be using today. I need a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight brush. Although this brush here is called Blush, and this is the F604, I would use this for bronzer just because it's really soft, and I like how big it is. It would kind of give a nice overall bronze look. For eyes, I really need a packing brush for the lid, which I have here. It's just called Eyeshadow. I need a blending brush, most definitely, and this one is called Blending. Pencil, because I love smoking out the lower lash line with all of my looks, and also an eyebrow brush because I love filling in my brows with like a brow powder or pomade. I'll be sharing with you guys which brushes I'm using throughout the tutorial, so let's jump into it. I'm gonna start by filling in my brows, and I'm gonna be using a pomade because I kind of want a really dramatic eye look today, and I feel like pomade just really takes it there. So I'm using the Kat Von D. This is the Super Brow Longwear Pomade in dark brown. I love this pomade. It is so good. I'm gonna be using the Eyebrow E837 eShow brush from the set, and this is a really thin, very, very thin brush, and it is angled, so it's perfect for the brows. And what I like to do is I start at the very top of the brow, and I just work the product downwards and throughout the tail end. And then once I've used basically all the product that is on the brush, and I basically have the whole brow filled in, I take whatever is left on the brush and I go to the very front of the brow and I just flick it up, just to add a little bit more darkness to the front, but nothing that is too much, because sometimes if you go in right away in the front of the brow, it just looks crazy. Once I have it filled in, I just add clear brow gel right over top and just flick the brow hairs up. Major differences here. I really love the way this brush also applied the pomade. Sometimes pomades can be really hard to work with, but because this was a very thin, very flat brush, it was easy for me to kind of map out the shape of the brow. Now I'm gonna prime my eyes with my favorite eyeshadow base. This is from P. Louise, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pat that onto the lid using the eShow eyeshadow brush E827. So I'm just gonna apply this really heavily. You guys know when I apply this, I put on so much, but that's actually how you're supposed to use this base. You're supposed to put on a lot, and you want to tap it in to make it nice and tacky. Still waiting for my 300 milliliter P. Louise base to come in. I kid you not. It is this big. I'm just patiently waiting at my door every day, just waiting for UPS to bring me my giant P. Louise base. As soon as I get it, I'm gonna show you guys on stories because it is so big. It is ridiculous. So we have some awesome colors in the Pretty Rich palette. I feel like this is a really wearable palette. There is kind of like a navy blue thing going on in the bottom, and there's also like a bronze, a rose gold, and then more of like a cool tone brown kind of range up here. So I am gonna dip into the shade It's Cashmere first. I'm gonna be using the blending E811 from eShow. This is like a flatter blending brush, so I'm gonna pack the color on and then we'll blend it out with something a little fluffier. What I'm really excited for when it comes to this palette is dipping into those glitters. I really wanna know if those are gonna work or not. Not gonna lie, I've heard good things. I hope they work out because they're so pretty. Too Faced very, very rarely disappoints me. I love all of their products. I can't lie, they're one of my favorite brands, and a lot of the stuff they come out with I just end up really liking. So I'm just packing that shade on first in the outer corner, and I'm not gonna blend it out just yet. So using the same brush, I'm gonna pick up the shade Princess Cut, but I am gonna put it over the matte shade we just laid down, and I'm just gonna tap this in and kind of bring this into the eye look, and this really adds that rose gold color to the look. So now I'm gonna wing out the shadow a little bit, and I'm using the blending E812, and I'm gonna dip into the It's Cashmere shade again, and I'm just gonna kind of pull the color out a little bit. For the brow bone, I'm gonna pick up the shade It's Designer, and this is like a matte bone color shade, and I'm just gonna place that right onto the brow bone. I feel like once you add in the brow bone color, it makes everything blend in a little bit easier. So now that we have basically the crease colors laid down, I'm going to go in with the eyeshadow brush. This is what I use to lay down the primer. I'm going to go in with the P. Louise base again, and I'm going to cut the lid. So I'm going to be doing a cut crease for this look. Any excuse that I can have to do a cut crease, I take it because I love doing cut creases. And I want to put that glitter like all over the lid, so this is the perfect opportunity. What I really like about this brush as well is it's round, so it's going to be really easy to cut the crease with. So I'm just gonna stamp down onto my lid, and I always go above where my natural crease is. So once I bring the concealer all the way to the edge of the eye, I'm just gonna tap it out with my ring finger right at the edge. Now I'm gonna grab the shade Oh That's Rich, and that's like the dark, almost like a warm dark brown shade, and I'm using it on the blending brush, the E811, and I'm just gonna add that right into the outer corner of the eye. So now I am really excited because we're going to be using the pressed glitter. There is 4 pressed glitters in the palette, and I'm going to use the shade Diamond Glitterati, which is like the rose gold. It's almost like a pink glitter. It's really pretty. I'm going to use my finger first to apply it. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Oh wow. I was not expecting that to be so nice. I figured this would be really patchy. Ooh, that is so gorgeous. So because I can't really get that sharp line using my fingertips, I'm going to use the angled eyeliner brush. This is the E835 from the eShow set. And I'm just going to go into the crease and really cut it out. I've tried so many pressed glitters. They've usually felt like they have that adhesive mixed in, and it almost feels like kind of oily, but when I put my finger in the palette and I actually pressed my finger into it and applied it, I can't even feel whatever it is that is making that glitter eyeshadow stick together. Like normally there's just a sticky base, but with this it feels really good on my eye. It doesn't feel like it's gonna like move around or anything, and it looks like I applied like an adhesive first, like a glitter adhesive, because Too Faced does make a glitter glue, but I just applied this over the P. Louise base and it looks really good. I overall love the way that the glitter performed. I'm really impressed by it. I wasn't expecting it to go as well as it did. To make everything a little bit more dramatic, I'm gonna be using the shade Coal Under Pressure, which is the black in the eyeshadow palette. And I'm actually using the angled eyeliner 835 to do a wing, and the shadow is black enough to actually do like a wing liner with it, so you don't need liquid liner. And I went ahead and grabbed my glitter pop liner from Too Faced, and this is in the shade Hey Mr. DJ, and I just added some glitter to that wing because I felt like the glitter was mixing in with the black eyeshadow a little bit, and I actually really liked the way it looked, so I added more glitter. And these glitters are pretty cool. They're actually peel off glitter, so at the end of the night you can peel it off. It's pretty fun to do. Like, if you like peel off masks, then you'll really like peeling off this glitter because it's very satisfying to peel it off. Also, I totally forgot to mention to you guys that there is a new Glow Job mask. It's in the shade Disco Glow. The original one is pink and this one is silver. I did use this on my IGTV on Instagram, so if you want to follow me, it's Victoria Lynn, and you can see how this mask looks on. It's so cool. It has glitter in it, and it leaves your face feeling really firm. Also, the way it smells, it reminds me of the Lip Smackers lip glosses. If you've ever smelled them, they smell like strawberries. This smells so good. I cannot even describe to you how amazing it smells. I could just smell it all day. It is my favorite thing about the mask is the scent. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe off all of the excess glitter that is all over my face and all the fallout, and we can pop on some lashes. So I'm taking the eyeshadow brush and some concealer, and I'm just gonna clean up the outer corner of the wing. I love doing this to make everything look super clean. So we have the Better Than Sex mascara here, and it is in this beautiful packaging. This is called the Better Than Sex and Diamonds mascara. I really love this packaging. I think it's very pretty. It's so sparkly. This is the same formula as the original Better Than Sex mascara. There really isn't anything different about it. I did think at first when I saw this that it was gonna be like a glitter mascara, and I don't know why. I just figured this would be like a glitter mascara just because it had glitter eyeshadows. I don't know. It's not actually. It's just a black mascara. So I'm gonna pop on a few coats of this mascara, and then I'm gonna put on some false lashes. I already primed my skin, so I'm gonna go in with foundation. I'm gonna be using the Laura Geller Filter First foundations because I want more of like a dewy look today. I'm gonna be using the E-Show foundation brush and also the blending brush. So I'm gonna use the smaller one in a little more like harder to reach places on my face to give a little bit more coverage and kind of like spot conceal. And I'm also going to be using the foundation just to kind of like layer it on all over my face. I really like this brush because it feels really dense, and the denser the bristles are on a brush, the more full coverage your foundation will look. I also really love that it's angled, so when I'm pressing into my skin, it kind of fits the contours of my face. You could also use this brush under the eyes as well, which I think I'm going to use for concealer today too, because it is like kind of slanted and angled. I'm going to mix the shades Ivory and Porcelain together to get like my perfect shade. I really like this foundation. I haven't used it in a while, but it is so pretty. I'm just gonna lightly go around the brows because we worked hard on these brows. We do not want to mess them up. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some concealer under my eyes, and this is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer, and I'm just gonna use the same foundation brush to blend out my concealer. So I'm gonna use some KKW Beauty setting powder, and I'm just gonna go ahead and set under my eyes. And this is a translucent color, so it's just gonna set the concealer in place. And I'm using this on the E-Show Tapered Face Brush F627. I love brushes like this that are more rounded at the tip, like kind of a dome shape, because they fit under your eye so good. Since we're doing a Too Faced look, I'm gonna use the Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I am using this on the Large Powder F619 brush. These brushes are so soft on the face, like they feel really nice when I'm applying the bronzer. And basically when I applied everything, they just feel so soft. One of the worst things in the world is using brushes that are just really harsh on your face. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever used a brush before that almost like scratches your face. It's terrible. This feels so soft and like gentle. These brushes are just picking up powder really nicely, and I feel like they apply makeup very evenly to my face. I just really like how everything is looking, especially my face makeup. I think it looks really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the lower lash line, and I'm gonna pick up the shade shade Highly Selective, and I'm using this on the E-Show pencil brush, the E815, and I'm just gonna go ahead and smoke out the lower lash line a little bit with this rose gold color. Ooh, this is a pretty color. And then right on the inner corner, I'm gonna pop the shade Clutch Your Pearls. And then lastly, I am going to take the shade Oh That's Rich, and I'm just gonna pop that right on the outer corner of the eye. Time for the highlighters. I was so excited about this. There's actually 3 different shades of highlighters. So they're called the Diamond Light Highlighters, and Too Faced actually came out with one of these already. The original Diamond Light highlighter is this one here, and this one is called Diamond Fire. This actually came out with the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. Whoa, that's crazy. Not last year, but the year before that. It has been a very hot minute since this came out. Like here, it looks like it is a pinkish white, but it actually has a reflect of like purple. So this is Diamond Fire, just so you guys can see how pretty this is. And this one is called Fancy Pink Diamond. This one's also really gorgeous. Look at that color. I would think this is a pink highlighter, so more like a duochrome pink shade. And then we have this one here, and this one is called Canary Diamond. This is the one I'm most curious about. I love the yellow packaging, and I also think canary diamonds are beautiful, so I really want to put this one on my face, just so you guys can see this gorgeous goodness. Look at that color. Ooh, that is a very interesting color. Wow, I was not expecting it to be this color, but oh, these highlighters, they give almost like a wet sheen to the skin. You can see that it literally almost looks like I have a face gloss on. Wow, I really love this. I think it's so cool. This color is almost like a red. These are the kind of highlighters that you see from far away on someone and you're like, what is that? It looks out of this world. The texture of these, when you're grabbing them in the pan, it almost feels like you're not picking anything up at all, but clearly there is product on the brush. With a lot of duochrome highlighters, when you apply them, you almost get like this cast of darkness where you apply highlight, which is like my biggest pet peeve, and that's why I typically don't wear a lot of duochrome highlighters like on a day-to-day basis, because it almost darkens everything. But what I can say about this is it actually doesn't at all. Like I'm looking straight at the camera right now, and I don't see any darkness on my face. You can just see the color when you move your face. So when you look to the side, you can see it, but then when I'm looking at you, you don't see any darkness, which is really nice. So I love this highlighter. I think it's really pretty. I think it's awesome. And to apply those highlights, I was using the tapered face brush from E-Show. This is the same brush I used to pack powder under my eyes. I just wiped it off really quickly and used it for highlight, and it worked perfect. So moving on to lips, Too Faced came out with tons of lip glosses for the Pretty Rich collection. The packaging is so pretty. You have this like pink tube. So there's a collab within this collection. So this collection is just the Pretty Rich collection, but this lip gloss in particular called Social Butterfly is a collab with Jordan Woods. I think it's a really pretty color. It's like a coral. I've actually tried this one on and I love it. I think it's super pretty. Here's a little close-up of the packaging on these glosses just so you guys can see them. This is the Social Butterfly gloss, and these are all of the colors. So there is a lot of sparkly shades. There is like mauves, pinks, purples, and then you have like a bronzy color. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on this one here. It's called Raisin the Roof. I love this color, and the really nice thing about these glosses is they're not just sheer glosses. They actually have a bit of like a metallic color to them. So they do pack pigment, but they are still very glossy. There is glitter in the gloss, which is also really pretty. If you shine a light on it, you can see it just glitter up. It is stunning. But I really like this color. I feel like it still is defining, but it has that metallic look that matches the eyeshadow. So Raisin the Roof is a really good match to that pink rose gold shade in the palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face, and I'm gonna use the Too Faced Matte Mist, and it's from their Peach collection. So this is actually an Hitachi bottle. I love the way this bottle spritzes product, so I poured it in here. If you watched my last video, you know that I love this bottle. And remember, when you are using the matte mist, I love this spray. It is like, it almost has like powder in it to make you even more like flawless. It's great. Make sure you're shaking it before you use it because it will clog up the bottle and you won't be able to spray because there is powder in it. You need to shake it.